Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 tips and tricks video. In tonight's video, we are going to be talking about how to win more gunfights in Black Ops 4 and how to absolutely dominate by not only picking the correct gunfights and making sure you're not running into very tough situations where it's really hard to fight out of, and also on the other half of that, when you are in those one-on-one straight up gunfights, you're looking at the enemy's looking at you, and one person's going to win this gunfight and one person's going to be sent back to their spawn. That's when a lot of different tactics and how you've prepared for that with your setup and the tactics that you have ready for the actual gun-on-gun gunfight all come into play. I'm going to be teaching you guys a lot about that and talking about that in tonight's video. If you could smack a like on this video, let's go ahead and go for 620 likes. If we could hit that, that would be awesome. Smash that like button. That would be very much appreciated. I think you guys will enjoy this video. So smash that like button. Let's go for 620. Subscribe if you guys are new. And let's get right into it and talk about it. So I did write down a few notes for this video, and this was a gameplay from back when I was leveling up the Switchblade X9, and I had a couple games around like the exact same or very similar scores on the same map, where this weapon, and if you can win gunfights, I mean, this was a perfect gameplay to show off just all the tactics and how having the right setup can help you and design you. So I'm like 20-4 going into the second round, and the second round I go absolutely ham. So stick around and watch this gameplay. So we're going to talk about things you can have on your actual class setup or weapon to help you win gunfights, and then on the other hand of that, decision-making tips you can make on how to take the right gunfights and how to go about them, and then some actual tactics on how to jump shot, how to strafe, and win gunfights that way. So we'll get right into it, and first of all talk about what can you do on your class setup, because having a good class setup in Black Ops 4 or in Call of Duty in general has always been so damn important, and probably always will be. I mean, class setup and kill streaks, knowing what you're doing, and knowing spawns, those have been keys to Call of Duty for years and years. So what actual perks in this game, because the perks aren't the best in this game compared to the attachments or operator mods and stuff like that in comparison to Call of Duty's history, but what perks actually really do help you with winning gunfights in this game. And the first one is going to be Gung Ho. Now Gung Ho as a second perk, every single person should be rocking Gung Ho on pretty much every class. And what's so good about Gung Ho is it allows you to fire your weapon and use equipment while sprinting, which is pretty dope and can help you win some fights, especially on like an SMG or a shotgun class. But it also allows you to recover from sprint faster and move at full speed while reloading, which are absolutely huge things, especially the part of recovering from sprint faster. That is such a big deal. And Call of Duty, I mean, countless deaths, thousands and thousands of deaths happen in Call of Duty every single day from people being caught in a sprint. Probably one of the most common things, people coming around a corner not ready, or being caught in a sprint and not being able to get their gun up fast enough. And that is what Gung Ho will help you with. Always run Gung Ho. Trust me on this one. It is such an important perk. You'll see me using it on 99% of my class setups. What are some other perks that can help you win gunfights? Another one I would say would be Dexterity in that second perk slot also. Dexterity allows you to mantle, climb, slide, and swap weapons faster. And it has increased weapon accuracy when jumping or mantling. And I think that's really dope, honestly. When I use like a class up like in this video with the Switchblade X9, I'm stacking my perks too and going with Dexterity as well as Gung Ho, because those are really all in on winning gunfights. That's more for an SMG setup. I don't think Dexterity is needed as much as some other people might think, but definitely Gung Ho is a way to go. The other option on perk 2 might be Skulker. I don't think that's as effective. I think that's amazing for Blackout, but I haven't seen it be as effective, at least for me personally in multiplayer, so I've stuck to pretty much the other two. So that's what we have as far as perks. Gung Ho is pretty much the way to go. Then as far as attachments, what attachments go into winning gunfights? Now the first and most obvious one is going to be Quick Draw. Quick Draw is one of my favorite attachments in this game, and it makes a world of difference whether you're on an assault rifle or an SMG. Even a game like this where the health is 150, which is a little bit increased compared to where it's been in Call of Duty in the past with 100, it's still a twitch shooting game, and getting that first shot and getting your gun up first is so important. That's why, like Gung Ho on the perk side, Quick Draw allows you to aim down sights faster on the attachment side, and is a major key in winning gunfights. You will see me using Quick Draw on countless weapons as far as attachments go. And then another attachment, which is probably goes Quick Draw and Stock. Those are the two where on your setup it really does help you win fights. Stock on assault rifles allows you to pretty much, like the assault rifles in this game, like if you grab an ICR, you kind of do feel like a statue. You really can't strafe back and forth at any not even an insane ratio. you're pretty much super duper slow, and that's why it reminds me of a statue. And putting on stock can change the game, and there's stock 1 and stock 2 available in this game, and those really help you just feel more mobile with your weapon and allow you to move faster when ADSing, which makes you more comfortable, allows you to feel more comfortable coming around corners, aim down sights, and getting your gun up quicker and keeping it aim down sights, where if the enemy does change from, jumping across the screen left to right, you can sort of follow that enemy while also strafing yourself and allowing you to hit bullets while hopefully making the enemy miss bullets. That's sort of the idea around stock. Super duper comfort thing for me personally. I run stock whenever it's available on an assault rifle and a good amount of the times on SMGs. If I do have it on an SMG, if I have it on an assault rifle, it's sort of just normal and blends in. It's awesome. But if I do put stock on an SMG, I'm going to use and abuse that. I'm going to take that as my advantage, and I'm going to be putting extra thought into strafing side to side on those close to medium range gunfights. Next one would be grip 2. I would say grip 1, grip is obviously helpful for winning gunfights. Pretty much every attachment is helpful, but we're talking about the bread and butter here. Grip 2, which just allows you to basically not worry about flinching as much and sort of just be able to shoot right through gunfights, really does help, and I find that to be very amazing on the Grav or the Galil in Black Ops 4, which I just uploaded for a class setup on the other day, so definitely check that out. Other ones, rapid fire, of course, can make a huge difference actually in time to kill scenarios. If you have something like a KN and you're competing against SMGs, you're going to be screwed a lot of the time, or even if you're competing against the Maddox. But if you have that KN with rapid fire, you're going to make that a lot closer fight and even the odds a little bit. Another thing would be hybrid mags, just making sure that your weapon, you don't have to worry about ammo. You don't have to be lunging at people for that punch. You have weapon or ammo available. So those are the actual technicalities of what can help you win more gunfights. What can you do as far as decision making and in-game things to help with this as well? And with decision making and in-game things, I'm sorry as I hit the mic. I'm not sure if you guys could hear that. I accidentally smacked the mic as I'm making my hand movements while doing this commentary. But the first thing I would say is don't take 50-50s. When you're going into gunfights, you want to think, oh, this is a 90-10 or this is an 80-20. This is going to be an easy gunfight for me. You don't want to take even engagements. If it's a 50-50 gunfight, that's probably, and sometimes you have to go for those fights if an enemy's on a flag or if they're pushing you and you don't really have an escape, or who knows what the situation is. But if you can avoid those situations, if you're above a 1 KD player, or even if you just want to be above a 1 KD player, you want to avoid 50-50 scenarios, and you want to take scenarios where you are shooting the enemies in the side, or even if you are shooting them face on face, you're doing it in a situation where you are more prepared for that gunfight than them. So don't take 50-50s. Look for gunfights where you already have the advantage. That is just plain smart. Look for sure things. Next, understand your weapon. Obviously, I know the map and game mode that I'm on, Morocco Domination. I know this weapon fits perfectly for that, and I'm understanding that and playing to that style. I wouldn't use this probably on a map like Militia. I just wouldn't do it because it wouldn't fit that play style. And if I were to use it, I would understand that I got to stay in the church or in the building across in the other area. I got to stay to the close range areas. I need to understand your weapon, play to its strengths. Next thing I would say about making smart decisions is BO4. Everyone, Call of Duty fans and Call of Duty players, we always get hyped when we see those multiple enemies spawn in. This is our chance for the quad feed, for the triple feed, for whatever it is, the 5 headshot on screen. But it's always tough, and especially in BO4, people have 150 health. Know that going in, and this is not for tip for direct one-on-one gunfights, but a lot of times when enemies spawn, and maybe you might only see one up on the minimap, or maybe 1 or 2, but there could be ghost players or other players there. Be careful about taking on multiple enemies, and just understand that in Black Ops 4, that is a little bit different than from a previous game. Next thing I would say is watch for specialists. A lot of the times, a good player or in a good player's gameplays, a lot of the deaths you are going to encounter are going to be from specialists, from people either running around doing barrel rolls, knifing you, or people hitting you with the, turning into a human nuclear and blowing up and burning your screen up. Whatever the reasons are, specialists are something that are kind of BS and something that you need to watch out for. And like I said about don't taking 50-50 gunfights, sort of the same thing with that. Watch out for specialists and look for more fair fights. It's not really a fair fight in that situation. Other tips I would give, and just more general things, not actual decision making or class it up, but things that you can implement and do do on a daily basis and start doing right now. The first is aiming down sights around corners. If you think there's a chance there's going to be an enemy around that corner, ADS around that corner, be prepared for that gunfight. Next, strafing, especially like I said, if you have it on an SMG or if you're rocking stock 1 or even stock 2, abuse that thing. Know your advantages and abuse them. And the next is jump shotting. In this game, it's not a game for drop shotting. There are ways that you can be drop shotting if you have certain attachments or certain, you can do a decent job with drop shotting, but jump shotting is probably the way to go. It has been since like almost all the way in the Black Ops series. Well, Black Ops 3 was of course advanced movement, but Black Ops 2, I remember jump shotting was crazy, and it still is in this game and can be a great way to win gunfights. Thanks for watching, y'all. Hopefully this will help you guys out. I think it definitely will. Some aspects on actual technicality, class setups and things like that, decision making, and practical stuff you can use in your gunfight starting right now. Thanks for watching. Drop a like, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.